Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky 194, and I appreciate you taking the time to stop in and visit. And we're doing something a little bit different, but I'm really excited about getting this going because this is one of the things of ACC that, if you've been with this channel a long time, I've always talked about, and I've always enjoyed the championship mode. And that's one thing that I know that multiplayer is probably is going to be the biggest thing with ACC, but to me the championship mode is really what I bought ACC for in the very beginning. And in the beginning it wasn't the greatest, but now it's improved. And of course, more tracks, more cars, all those kinds of things, that makes it even better. And so we're going to go ahead and create a championship, and off the 2020, off the new DLC. So let's get this started. And of course, you're going to pick new season, and up here, you have all your different selections. You have 18, 19, 20, or the Intercontinental GT Challenge, or the GT4 European Series. So you have all those different series that you can choose from. We're going to choose 2020. Now, custom, if you pick custom, then you can use your own car your own livery car. If you put sprint, endurance, or all, those are, basically those, you have to use their cars. You cannot use one of your livery cars. So the only one you can use it in is custom. Um, and then also custom, it's going to put all the tracks in it. So you're going to have pretty much, if you put custom, you're going to have all the tracks that are in ACC is going to be part of the championship. Okay, so but this one, of course, then you have the weather, which is custom or real. Um, I'm going to leave it at custom because I want dry weather this time because I've dealt with enough wet weather in multiplayer. And another championship, I can do it with real weather. But this one, I just want to do customs to keep the weather dry. And then the season, I basically want, um, I'm going to do the sprint. And it's only, since 2020 has been such a crazy year, there's only three, usually there's more, but there's only three races that really happen. So it's only a three-race championship. So it's a real short championship. So every race is like double important, because if you have a real bad outing in one race, you're done. Now in the sprint, there should be two races. It should be race one and race two. Um, so that adds to that. But still, there's only three races. So then you go to the opponent count, and basically I'm going to have it at, let's say 21 opponents. That's decent size. Skill level, I'm going to go ahead and go up to 100. And then aggressiveness, I'm going to go up to where I usually set it to 97. There we go. Damage rate, I'm going to go up to 100. So there you go with those. Tire and fuel consumption enabled. I'm going to put limited tire sets, so that's going to make it a little bit more difficult, because obviously with limited, you got to really manage your tires, because you have to use them for um, practice, qualifying, all those things. Brake temperature enabled. I'm just going to go off the formation lap at last corner. I don't want to do a whole lap. And of course, penalties enabled. So that's all those things that are all picked, all the way down. So hopefully this should be a good championship, and hopefully, like I said, you learn as far as season which type, 18, 19, 20, or the GT4s, or the Intercontinental, and then you can go to sprint, endurance, or all, or custom. And like I said, sprint is going to be a couple of the different tracks. Endurance is more the like Spa, Monza, those kinds of places where they had the longer races, and then of course, all, you would just do all of them, which I might do that in the future. But this, I just want to do a short little championship and have some fun with it. And then, of course, you pick the car that you want. and I am going to pick this one. I love the Mercedes, the AMG, and I wanted to pick one of the new ones, one of the Ferrari or the AMG, because of the most, the newer Evos. And of course, you can pick, you got that one. You got that one, which is another one of my favorite. I love this color scheme. Of course, you got the Mad Panda, which is a cool car. I like that one too. This one, which is actually cool looking, I really like it. And if you notice also, all the sprint cars, they don't have the extra lights in them. They just have the regular lights. Of course, you got that one too, which I think that one's really cool looking. It's a Pro-Am car, but that's a cool looking car. Um, and of course, then you have this one, which I think is cool looking too. That's a cool looking car. I like that. And ooh, look at that. That's a nice too. Both those are pretty cool looking. I like both of them. But I want to go with my favorite, and that's the 88. I love that livery. It's a great looking car. Seems like every year they have great looking cars. So I'm going to go with that one for this short little sprint championship. And as you can see now, we're into the championship. There's only 3 races. You got Misano, Zandvoort, and Barcelona, Catalunya. So those are the 3 races. So let's go ahead and start the weekend. And of course we have custom, so I don't mind the variability and clouds or anything like that, but I don't want any kind of bad weather. I don't want rain. I don't want this and that. I don't mind cloud cover. I don't mind that. And temperatures changing, but I don't want any of this stuff. So we're going to go with that. And then we're going to go with the sprint weekend. So we got to basically pick all your different links, and then you only got to do this. Should be, I think, the one time for the championship, unless it's custom. If it's custom, then you're going to do it every single week. But if you're doing the real one, you should just do it in the very beginning. If you're doing basically the real championship, as far as using their car. So practice length, I'm going to keep that, and of course they have multiple practices because you're supposed to have using multiple drivers. So I'm going to do 2 10-minute sessions, keep that short, and then the qualifying. Let's see. I'm going to do 2 10-minute sessions also. So just 2 10 minutes and 10 minutes. And then we're going to go to the race length, and of course you have 2 races. So let's see what those are. You have 215, 230, 245, or 260s. So that's the real race is basically an hour. So let's go ahead and or you got the 45 minutes. I think it was 45 minutes on there. Yeah, you get 2 45-minute races. So let's do that. I'm going to do 2 45-minute races. That way you can really use the tire more and your fueling. So let's go with that. And that looks good. And of course I want to qualify, or you get, oh, see, I just did the whole thing, or random, or you can start a position, but I don't want to do that. So you can do either one. So we'll just put this back. There we go. And that sets it. And you confirm it. And here we go. First one out. And I'm going to do the video in this in a couple parts. So I'm going to do this in the very beginning here. And I'm going to do my options here where I'm going to go. I change my, for the AMG, I'm going to try the 500 turning radius. And try that out. See how I like that. And see the temperature, so I don't mind that. Now again, I gotta see how many tires I have. So, well, let's load my setup. And let's see. See, you only got 5 sets of tires. That's all I got. And I need 4 for the races. So that's tough. I mean, you're shoo-wee. I mean, that's going to be really tough. So I'm going to have to do probably qualifying. I'll have to use those in the race, and then use the other set for um, changing the tires, because you got to have one pit stop. So see, that makes it tough. It's another challenge to do that, because it's definitely makes it tough. So we're going to have to make sure we run on just this one set for the whole practice. So 45 minutes. Let's see what we can do.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And of course, just this one round, I was going to take you through the beginning just to see how it goes. But from now on, I just show the races. Unless anybody's interested in watching other stuff, watching the whole thing, just put it in the comments below. I appreciate it. Tire temps. See, this is where it's tough, because you definitely don't want to, if you go spinning off and flat spot tires and do all kinds of other stuff, you're going to have some issues. And so you got to be really careful. And I probably should have turned up my traction control. Set it up, just turn it up some more. But what I don't want to do is I do not want to, have my tires flat spotted or something like that. That would be definitely bad. Practice in this tire set here. you got to be careful not to get caught up in trying to race and practice and stuff, because like I said, if you start pushing really hard, burn your tires off. You just want to see what kind of pace, get some good tire temps. And to be honest, I mean, I love multiplayers, and it's still awesome, but I probably would like even leagues better, just for the fact that it's so hard for, I like, and even this is, not super long, but I mean, I do better when I, get some practice time in compared to, just basically making a few laps and going. And this AMG is getting to be my favorite car. I mean, I've always loved the AMG, but this thing now is it's so fun. This thing is it's balanced better. It's, it takes bumps really good. It's just wow. Great car. Well, looks like I did good on the pressures. Said they made some adjustments to the AI too. Looks like I'm going to get my butt kicked. Good grief. I mean, I haven't looked at the times, but I'm down near the bottom of the field. Don't feel too bad. Let's make it a little bit easier here. I'm going to come into pits this time. Tire chumps look like the right sides need to come down, maybe just at one point. Let's go back to the back here. So yeah, I'm pretty much stinking. Stoltz, he's up there at the front. Look at 134.74. That's a good time. let's look at the setup. So you only got like 4 degrees, so this definitely could go more. So I'll increase that a little bit more negative camber. This has got 3 degrees, so I can go a little bit more too. I'm just gonna go a little bit there. Actually, I'm gonna go back down here on this side. So we can try that for the next adjustments, just to see if we can get any more performance. I'm gonna take 1 out of that and 2 out of the rear there. Electronics, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the ABS up 1 there, and the traction control also, just to be safe. Again, I want to make sure the tires are all right. Put that back on 1. So I have to keep making sure I got it on 1 because I don't want it to go to the next tire. She still looks good tire-wise. A little bit more there. There. Let's see. Make a few adjustments. Just try to, you got those hard right-hand turns. So basically just stagger it a little bit on the bump stop right here. At least that's the idea. Not a lot, just a little, because it's not that much compared to like Paul Ricard or Monza, or where you're doing a lot of those real hard right-hand turns, or left hand, whichever. But everything else seems pretty decent. Nothing real bad. It's taking bumps really good, so I don't have an issue with that. There, I might add 1 wing and just see how that goes, because I want to get a little bit more aggressive with the braking. So just add 1 click on the wing, leave everything else the same. I could lower that down. I might try that. So basically what I'm doing is adding wing, which is going to put more weight towards the rear. But that's good if you put more rear brake to it. You need the pressure down there. You need the downforce on the back. But that might make it understeer a little bit. So I'm just going to lower the front down 1 click, and of course that raises the front aero variation back. So we'll try that. Again, we'll leave it at number 1 on the tires. Then I'm, 16th, which is not that great. Let's see what Stoltz ran. There he is, still out there. He's coming in now. Yeah, he ran all 34s. High 34s, even a 34.6 there. So again, they said that they adjusted some on the AI, so that's kind of seeing how this goes too with this. I love these championships. These things are they're just a lot of fun, and there's so many different variables. Whether 18, 19, the 20 car, all those different things. That's another thing I'm going to do too. I'm going to do a little adjustment on my video, just to help maybe with the frame rate a little. Knock this down to 90. There we go. See if that'll help a little bit. Okay, so now let's make sure we got it is what it's correct now. Let's see, we went back to 2 again. I won it on 1. So let's try that. I made those adjustments. So that's what makes it tough when you have the limited tires enabled. It definitely adds another challenge on tire management. And of course that's
Green light, go, go, go.
more to real life, because that's what they do. They don't have unlimited tires. I mean, they got to watch what they're doing, because they only got so many sets of tires. need to also keep an eye on my fuel quantity because I want to make sure I'm getting that correct because that's important. You can't get fuel during a race. You can't. You can't get any fuel. Just the tires. So I want to make sure I have enough. Of course, I'm not pushing as hard as I probably would be in a race. So I'm going to have to, you got to leave a little leeway. Push harder, it's gonna go fast. You're gonna burn more fuel. I should check the temperatures, but love this AMG. Oh man,
On the left.
that's what I didn't want to do. Well, at least these tires are burned up after this anyway. So. There's Stoltz right ahead of me. illegal, but I mean, he's Stoll's driving. Dang it.
Well done, mate. This has been your Corsa bus.
Of course, what's nice is, whatever your skill level is, you know, adjust the AI to your preference. Yeah, definitely pressure you can come up. It's a bad lap here. 2.66 is my fuel consumption. So 2.67, so I mean, go back to the garage. Get my Joe Blow calculator out. And see what fuel I need for the race. Now, I try to add a little because, like I said, I had 70 liters, but still, at least I did better that time. I was in the top 3, so that's good. So I'm happy with that. Engel was down in 9th, the guy I was chasing. So, let's see. I always go up just a little bit, so like up to 270. It was 267. And you get 45-minute race. And times are probably 135s on average. 134s, 135s. And that says 79 liters. So basically, 80 liters. 81 liters I'll probably go with, and that should be okay. It gives me, a few liter, lap or two extra for in case I'm going faster. It looks like it's cooled way down too. So see, that's another thing. Add a couple more to these. And then of course I will do a qualifying run. No, so that was what, almost 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes of solid driving time at least, and between the two sessions, and everything looks perfect. So, no graining, no nothing. So I'm happy with that. That's good. And then what I'm going to do, how I do it anyway, I'm going to add just another click on the diff, because at the back end it seems like it's coming off the turn, it's wanting to jump a little bit. So I'm going to try to correct that a little bit, see if I can get it to be a little better. Again, small adjustments. I don't want anything major. And then we're going to knock the fuel down, because I'm not going to do only a few laps. So I'm going to definitely drop it down to 30 liters. Oh, that's hot again. Yeah, track temperature the next day, so it's hot again. So I guess I'll knock this back down a couple. There we go. But I'm going to go with the 30 liters, and I'm on set 2. That's where I want to be. This is the plan. I've been thinking about this. I'm thinking about doing this set for qualifying, and then do another set for the next qualifying. And that leaves me, and I'd have to start each race with those two sets that I qualified on, and then have a new set of tires in the wings for when I do my pit stop. Instead of just doing, or because if I qualify on the same set, I'm not sure if that's gonna, if that's gonna work as far as losing time. So, that way they're evenly worn and not worn down a lot. So, because there's only 5 sets, and there's no way I'm going to have to run this set. So instead of doing this set and do both qualifying, and then it's garbage for the race, I think I'll do it the other way. So I'm going to do that. I think that's the idea. So let's get to qualifying.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Like I said, I'm going to do this in 2 parts. So I'm going to do the qualifying here. On both these qualifying, and then I'll end this video after the qualifying, so you'll see where I'm at, and then I'll do the race on a separate video. 2 races. And like I said, I hope y'all enjoy it. I love it. I love this championship, and I mean, I want to do, again, the reason I bought the game in the first place, or sim, was to do this. I really don't do it that much, and I really love multiplayer. It's really got, I mean, so it can be, it's, love it or hate it. It can be great, or it can really stink. So, all the rain can get old sometimes. Getting wrecked. I tried to do a quick join earlier and just got taken out. So, I mean, a lot of times I don't show stuff like that, but there's a lot of races I do that I get, taken out. So, I think it's kind of aggravating. it happens, but so things happen. But I get taken out here too. So, but I just like I said, I really enjoy this, and it's kind of like I say, you get points, and you got to do a little bit more thinking than just all out you know sprint. You got to kind of think a little bit. And there's hardly any pit stops. Seems like every time I do a race, it's just just a pretty much go. They don't usually have too many pit stops. Pretty good. I think that diff helped a little bit. For cold tires, it seems pretty decent. The problem with going out, you always run into these guys. See how they behave.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Matter of fact, I might wait the next time to go after they leave, because I only need to do a few laps.
Well done, mate. That's the fastest lap.
It's my teammate there.
Not too late. também. Próxima peça.
All right. I can go faster. I made a few mistakes. Somebody's behind me. But I don't need to burn up my tires. So I am going to let this guy go by. Go in the pits. Now see, that's better. You see how they used to always come up behind you like they would follow and then swerve around you. You know, this time he didn't do that. He just went right by me. So that's actually good. I like that. That's more realistic. I like that with the AI. You know, again, I'm kind of seeing how they're different or the same. He should have went around me. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to burn these tires up. Take a look at them. Get in here. I am still first, which they're going to go by me. I'm probably be middle of the field. This last lap, they'll probably throw in the good lap here. I wouldn't be surprised if I drop. I hope I can stay in the top 10. That's how I hope I can do. Now let's take a look at the tires. I think my pressures were pretty close. So I think I'll leave those as they were. Let's look at the wear. 289. Yeah, they're almost equal. I like that. That's really good. Yep. So again, I'm going to leave that for my beginning race 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch to another set for race 2. Or not race 2, but I mean for my qualifying 2. So that way I'll wear those, hopefully no more than I did those, and I'll start either one of them. I might lower this down one. I'm gonna lower it down just one click. Again, you know, the back end feels a little nervous, especially on the brakes, and I haven't even turned it, you know, any more aggressive. So I just one click down on that, and I might go try one more click on the diff. It might be too much, but I'll try it and see how it goes. Just looking for it to be solid and steady. I'll go and look at these. Again, the AMG in the past doesn't like a lot of negative camber, so it's probably the most I will put is that. It usually is less than that, but we'll try that and see how it goes. You know, again, if you had, you know, practice and all that was, you know, a lot longer, then, you know, you could go and do a lot of testing and adjustments and all that. But I didn't want to. That's even harder because then you really got tire issues. But yeah, if you had unlimited tires, but I mean, you could really run a long practice and qualifying. But I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to make it on the shorter side, since these tracks, especially, um, I know pretty decent. And if the setup works well, which I hope it should work at least decent, I've already run a high 34 with it. Um, I can, I'll definitely at the end of the races, I will put the setup link in the description, and I will also go over the setup. But we'll do that later in the races, just after I've made any little adjustments to see how it works, or I might have to go the other way. So those kinds of things. Yeah, I did finish first. That's really surprising because they were running 34s in practice. So I don't know why they didn't run. Boy, AMG's pretty much way up at the top. Got one Lamborghini up there. But lots of AMGs. Well, that's good to know. Start on pole. Yeah, see, they're right behind me. I mean, he's he's like a tenth of a second, so that's going to be the Evo with the Lamborghini. I love that car too. The other ones are more than a couple tenths away, so I know they're going to be right there with me. So let's go to the next session. Alrighty, and again, the temperatures are a little high. I'm gonna leave them the way they are. Fuel the way it is. See, it's jumped again. You got to check that every time. When it comes back, it always jumps to the next tire set. And I wanted to stay on 3. So we'll go with that. Again, everything else looks good. So this time, we're going to try a little bit different. I'm going to sit here
Give it all you can.
and let some of these other guys take off and let them get going on a lap. And then I'll go. So I'm not running into them on the next lap. So that's a cool AMG. Be interesting in the race to see, basically what they do, how they act and all those kinds of things. Because I know they said that they did some adjustments on the AI, so it'll be kind of curious. Even in this hot fix, they did adjustments, so it will be curious to see how all that goes. I do like this with the map, so you can kind of see what's going on. I really like that when they did that on the a few updates ago. They did this because you can kind of see where the cars are, and then so when I go to take off, I can try to time it so I'm not. See, there goes the second group. Looks like another group going out. Alright, let's get ready. Let me go just get my tires. You got to go check the tires, make sure they're okay as far as pressures. So when we come back, they'll be on, they won't be cold as a wedge. Last one out. guy that was second last time, last qualifying. That Lamborghini. Deep there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another lap. I got my flyer until the third lap. See if I can get a decent pace here. Get on the board.
Cut detected.
Well, they're getting really picky about that over there now. Good to go now. Should be able to give me at least 2 laps. And this is, I do this to have some fun, and for anybody that likes, single player type stuff, I know there's a lot of guys out there that don't do a lot of the multiplayer. They rather do the single player. I understand both sides. I mean, I like both of them. I don't want to do that. I just flat spotted my tires. Dang. tires. Temperatures aren't too bad. Fuel consumption's way down.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best. Nothing but
Oh my gosh. Man, I'm telling you. That's alright. At least I qualified in the top half. I really want to get up to the top front row, but man. Running the pits. Watch that corner. You got to really get that corner right. I mean, you really want to be straight. If you have any angle at that thing at all, you know, especially if you're aggressive, it's back into the come around every time. Temperatures look good. I think I'm going to hold them there if the temperatures are about the same. Of course, they could vary as far as the track temperature and all
The
that.
session is now over.
Let's see. Yep. Third. Isn't that a great looking car? Man, that thing's awesome looking. I'm always love all the 88s. You know, of course, I have the model of the last year, or the red one, the prior AMG. Let's see. Yeah, 34.4. So that's some good times. Oh, the Bentley. Bentley's up on the pole for the second race. Woohoo! Go Bentley. So that's going to be interesting. I think I could have ran a 70 something, a 60 or 70. I don't know if I could have ran that fast, but I think I could have ran a 60 or 70. But I had a chance for the number 2 spot, but I blew it. So I'm on the pole for this one. Let's see. That's a different kind of window. So you refuel, you don't get refuel, just get a pit window. So, of course, I'm on the pole, and this will be in the next video. Isn't that gorgeous looking? Oh, I love it. I sure hope you enjoyed this video, just going over how you going over, making a championship and the options, and going through my qualifying, practice and qualifying. And I sure hope you come back and check out the races, and any comment or feedback or comments, always welcome. And I hope everybody has a great day. Y'all take care. See ya.